Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a comparison review of the Louis Vuitton Speedy Nano and the Balenciaga Nano City bag. But before anything else, if you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. If these are the kinds of videos that you like watching, I would really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button down below. And if you want to connect with me in my socials, it's at TrishDLF. So today's video is going to be about the Louis Vuitton Speedy Nano and the Balenciaga Nano City bag. I got both these bags last year. I just got the Speedy Nano a few months earlier than the Balenciaga Nano City. So I've more or less had these two Nano bags for about a year now, and so I feel like I can do a proper comparison video on them. I wanted to do this comparison video because, as you can see, they're very similar bags, especially in terms of the shape, the size, and like the usability of it. They both kind of have the same function, and I feel like they both fit the same purpose, so it would be nice to do a comparison on them. I do have a separate video up on my Balenciaga Nano City. I did a full in-depth review on it, so if you want to check that out, I will just link it up below. For the Louis Vuitton Speedy Nano, I haven't done a separate review on it, although I've done a what fit, so if you want to check that out, I'll also link that up. So for more of the details of each bag, you can check out their individual videos. But for this video, it will really just be more of a comparison. Because for those who are contemplating on getting either of these two bags, I feel like this video would be helpful for you. So let's start with the sizing. And as you can see, they are more or less the same size. I will bring out my tape measure to show you the exact difference, or like the exact sizing. So for the Nano City, it's at 6 inches for the length. And if you compare it with the Balenciaga Nano, it is at, wow, this one's actually 8 inches. So this is actually 2 inches wider than the Louis Vuitton Speedy Nano. Although if you look at it from afar, you can barely see the difference. But I think you'll see it more here. If I put this right in front, you can see like the extra 2 inches of the Nano City. With regard to the depth, the Speedy Nano obviously has more depth to it. The base depth is at 3.5 inches, while for the Balenciaga Nano, as you can see, it's very narrow. This is only at 2 inches. Although this is a very soft leather, so it can actually stretch more, as you can see. But side by side, this is basically the difference. So 3.5 for the Speedy Nano, while it's only 2 on the Balenciaga Nano, but it is stretchable. And then finally for the height, and I think this is where they more or less have the same dimensions. The height of the Speedy Nano from the topmost is at 4.5 inches, and for the Balenciaga Nano, this one is also at 4.5, but could extend to 5. Yeah, I think this is more of like a good 5, a healthy 5. But again, this is very, very minimal. You can barely see it if you look at it just like up close. Now for the top handles, I think they basically have the same drop. Both of them can actually fit your arm in it if your arm is skinny. Mine is at around like 6.5 inches. So if you have like a 6.5 inch wrist, then I can definitely say that you can use it like as a top handle, or you can sling it around your wrist. And same goes for the Louis Vuitton Nano Speedy. So for 6.5 inches, it will fit your wrist as so. And finally, they both have long straps. So these are both shoulder straps. And this is another area where they differ, because the Balenciaga Nano City has an adjustable long strap, while the Louis Vuitton Speedy Nano strap is not adjustable. Although the new Speedy Nano that they released has an adjustable strap, but that's a bit smaller and it's different in size in comparison to this one. So for this version, the old Speedy Nano version, this has a non-detachable and non-adjustable strap. So that's one of the main differences when it comes to the Speedy Nano and the Balenciaga Nano City, because the strap of this is not detachable and also not adjustable, while this is detachable and can also be adjusted. So for the Nano City, if you want to wear this just as a top handle bag, or if you want to use it for like a cute date night bag without the long strap, then you can definitely do that, and I think it looks really cute. While this, I feel like it's more of like a casual look because you can't detach the straps. For the interior, the Louis Vuitton Speedy Nano just has a big black hole of an interior, and there's no pockets or separation inside. It's just like one big compartment. While for the Balenciaga Nano City, as you can see, this one has a separate pocket over here in case you want to like divide your belongings. So you can have some stuff there, and then there's also a bigger compartment. And both just have a zip so you can secure your items as so. And this is just what they look like zipped. Okay, now for what fits. I've actually figured that the Louis Vuitton Speedy Nano fits more than the Balenciaga Nano, but I have my reservation, so I'll explain it later on. But just for comparison's sake, I'm going to show you guys a few items that I can put inside my bags. This isn't usually everything that I carry with me when I use these bags, but I'm using all of these items to show you guys the maximum capacity of these two bags. So what we're going to try to put in these two bags are the Louis Vuitton mini pochette. So this one already has my card case. This is my Saint Laurent card case. A lot of cash, some cards, and some coins. We have my Fino card holder. So this one just has more of my cards and like my licenses. We have a power bank, which is, by the way, a really good power bank. This is the Bavin power bank. It's so small, it fits in all my tiny bags, and it can charge your phone up to like 3 times with like one full charge of this. So I would really recommend this power bank if you guys are looking for one that's really handy and small. And then I have my Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 Pro. I'm not sure. This is the latest one. I think it's the Buds 2 Pro in the Bora Purple. So cute. So I'll bring this as well. I'll be putting on my phone. This is the Galaxy Note 9. I'll also put in a pen and my eye drops. So we're first going to start with the Speedy Nano because this is where I talk about my reservations. Because all of those items that I just showed you guys can all fit in the Speedy Nano. But the thing is, you won't be able to take them out. So as you can see, we're going to start with my phone first. Because if you put in your phone the last, you're not going to be able to put it inside. And by the way, if you stuff it with all the other stuff, you can't remove your phone unless you remove all the other stuff. So I have my phone in there, and the phone always has to go in first. And then I'm going to put in my mini pochette. And because it's stretchy, it can easily accommodate the items because it just like flexes around it. And then next, we'll put in my power bank. And then my card holder, my earbuds. We'll just stick it in here, and then as you can see, it's all in there. A pen and my eye drops. So everything is inside, as you can see. They're kind of bright so you can see them. The earbuds are over there, the charger is white, the card holder, mini pochette, and then the phone. So yeah, I'm not lying, everything fits inside. There's actually still space for more. Can you put in sunglasses? Maybe not. I'm not gonna like force it in, but there's still spacey, as you can see. You can probably put in like a hair tie there, and you can easily zip that in as so. So that's everything that fits, but my reservations come because yes, it can fit that much, but if you want to bring your phone out, it is impossible. You can't. Like, I'm probably gonna break the bag trying to bring the phone out because it's like stuck in there. So that's the thing. If you really fill up this bag, it's going to be very hard to bring out stuff. So when I use this bag, number one, I don't stuff it because once it's stuffed, it's impossible to get your stuff out. And number two, I don't put my phone inside. So when I use this bag, I'm usually either just holding my phone, it's in my pocket, or I just slip it in vertically without zipping the bag. And see, I'm trying to remove the phone out right now, and it's going to take a while because it's more of the construction of the bag. The zip is very small, as you can see, compared to the one from the Balenciaga Nano. It's very stretchy. Look at how big like the mouth of this bag is versus how small the mouth of this bag is. So that's another major difference why, as much as this can hold more, it's more practical to use this one when you're bringing a lot of stuff because it's actually easier to access your stuff with this bag. So what I mentioned regarding my phone, because it's hard to bring it in and out, usually when there are other stuff inside, what I do when I need to go hands-free, I just slip it in like this. and that's how it looks like while it's like slung on my shoulder, which is actually not so bad because most of the time I'll be holding on to my phone anyway. Now for the Nano City, let's try stuffing it. So first I'm gonna put in the mini pochette, and then I'll put in my phone, card holder, and then I'll put in the power bank, and it's more or less tight already. I'll try to put in my earbuds, and it just like sticks out there. You can't really squeeze it to the, well actually yeah, you can squeeze it to the side, and you can still carry it, but it's not gonna zip. Oh wait, never mind, it still zips. It still zips. I think it'll fit the same. So I'll have that in there. I'll put in the pen and my eye drops as so, and let's see if it still zips. Oh my god, it still zips, guys. So they carry the same amount. But wait, the final test, the hair tie, because we fit this in as an extra earlier. Hair tie, guys, as you can see, the hair tie fits. So I was wrong. Initially, I thought the Speedy Nano could fit more, but this actually zipped. Because earlier, I was trying to put everything in and it wouldn't close anymore. Like, it still fit, but it was like really to the top. But I think it's because I was able to stretch it out. As you can see, it really stretched out. And even on the sides, you can see my earbuds over here. And if you compare it, this is how much it stretched out. Versus earlier where I said that this was just like a full 2.5 inches. So yeah, guys, they fit the same amount. I'm surprised. So it's good that I did this video because now you know that both can actually fit the same amount. But this is where I feel that the Nano City is better than the Speedy Nano because yes, they fit the same amount, but you can't remove your phone from that bag once it's inside, okay? But for this one, just put out the hair tie. You have all your stuff in there, but if you need your phone, you're just gonna have to like get it as so. See, it's so easy. You can easily bring your phone out from this bag or other stuff that you need. You don't have to remove all the other stuff. Like if you need your card holder, you can just remove it. If you need your eye drops, you can just remove it. If you need your earbuds, you can just remove it. So everything is very accessible. If you need to charge suddenly, you can just remove it from the bag. And that is because the mouth of this bag is bigger. So a major pro of this bag is that I don't really have trouble when I need to put my phone inside. So for this bag, I can actually zip in my phone a lot because for the Speedy Nano, I don't really bother like really putting my phone inside anymore because it's such a hassle to bring out once it's in there. So yeah, for this bag, definitely the phone, it's an easy access because you don't have to like angle the phone anymore like how you do with the Speedy Nano. This one simply just goes in as so, as you can see, which is perfect. So if you have a phone that's more or less the same size as the Galaxy Note 9, which is a pretty big phone, you can definitely fit the phone in here horizontally without any problems. Okay, now we'll do the modeling shots. I want to show you guys how these two bags compare when worn. So I'll just be putting them up here on the side so you guys can see the difference of how they look like on the body. I am 5'5" and a little bit heavy on the chest area. So when crossbodied, you can see that this is how it falls when you're a little heavier on the chest. And you'll also be able to see that because the straps of the Speedy Nano are not detachable, it only has more of one look to it. Like you can't really style this up, you can only just wear it like on the shoulder or crossbody. While the Balenciaga Nano City, you can wear it more ways than that because you can also carry it as just the top handle by removing the straps. In terms of the strap lengths, I think that both fall really nicely on the hips. Even though the Speedy Nano straps aren't adjustable either, for someone my height, which is 5'5", I feel like it still falls in the right place and it's still very easy to access. It's not too high on me, I feel like it's just right. While this one, because the strap is adjustable, I can actually adjust it to the perfect length. Okay, now on to the pros and cons. I think both of these bags are fairly similar in terms of like the durability of it. Because the Louis Vuitton Speedy Nano uses the Louis Vuitton PVC canvas, it's pretty sturdy and it's not easily going to be damaged. And same goes for the Balenciaga Nano City because it uses the crinkled Agnew leather, so it already has that disgruntled look, and the leather is pretty hard wearing as well. So in terms of like durability, I feel like both can really take a beating, and I feel like that's the most common thing with both of them. However, I do have my bias, and that's because I feel like the Balenciaga Nano City is just a little more hard wearing and usable, and I guess friendly for everyday use compared to the Louis Vuitton Speedy Nano. Now I'm going to talk about why I feel like this isn't as good as the Nano City. I do really love it as well, but here are some points. So number one, it's because of the vachetta leather. Now, as you know, Louis Vuitton uses the vachetta leather, which can easily get dirty and get watermarks. Also, this is a material that ages with time, so the more that you use it, the darker this leather will get. So as much as I did waterproof the straps with the Colonial Carbon Pro, with time, it'll still get dark, especially with exposure to the sun. So I feel like with regard to wear and tear, the wear and tear would be much more obvious with this bag if you use it more. Next is the items that you can put inside. I showed you guys earlier, they can pretty much store the same amount of items. However, it's much easier to use this bag with all those items rather than this bag. So it just really boils down to the Nano City being easier to use when it comes to the functionality aspect of it, because if you fill this bag up with a lot of things, it'll be really hard to access. And then number three is the waist to wear. Because the strap is not detachable, it limits you to the amount of outfits that you can style with this bag. So because of that, your outfits will mostly revolve around the casual side. And also because of the monogram canvas, it's a very casual look. So that really limits your styling with this bag. So for the Nano Speedy, I still think it's a great bag. It's still really cute, very chic. But I feel like this is more of just like a showpiece, especially because it was very hard to get. And I feel like until now, this is such a really rare bag. Whereas the Nano City, you can get this like in outlets. It's very, very easy to get this. But this, if you're a Louis Vuitton collector, you know how hard it is to get this bag in store. And resellers would sell this as a premium because of how limited it is. So I feel like that's just the main allure of it. Because it's so rare and because it's such an iconic piece, a lot of people really love this bag. So that's what makes it like a really standout piece in a collection. So I would say that I definitely love this bag. It's such an icon in my collection and I really just love the overall look of it. But it's just that at the end of the day, when it comes to functionality, I would still prefer the Balenciaga Nano City. Now for the pros and cons of the Nano City, I did my in-depth review on this and I said that I don't really have any cons on this bag. At the end of the day, functionality and usability wise, I would really gravitate towards the Balenciaga Nano City. So the pros of this bag are obviously the opposite of the cons of the Speedy Nano. So number one, the leather, it's just all in this Agnew leather, even the strap, there's no vachetta, so I don't have to worry about it getting dirty or like aging badly over time. It's all just dark, so I can do whatever with it. I've gone under the rain with this. I've gone to bars, like really crowded bars with this, and it still looks good because it doesn't have the light vachetta like the Speedy Nano. So this one's really hard wearing. It can definitely take a beating. And if you're looking for that everyday bag that will last you through all 4 seasons, then this is the bag for you. Next is the amount of stuff that you can put inside. It's just very easy to use, in and out, in and out. It's a big mouth opening compared to the Speedy Nano, so definitely much easier to use for this bag. And finally, because of the straps, you can use it in more ways and you can style it more than the Speedy Nano. And also because this is in like this gray color, you have more options on what to style it with. You can carry this bag with just a very casual look, or you can also dress it up. Like you can dress it up with like a mini black dress, an LBD, or you can carry it with just a plain white t-shirt and shorts and it'll still look good. So like I feel like this is more flexible when it comes to that. So that's all for my review on these 2 Nano bags. The Balenciaga Nano City definitely has my heart and definitely has my bias, although I really love the Louis Vuitton Speedy Nano as well. One of the reasons that I also did this video is that the Speedy Nano was getting so much love on the internet while the Balenciaga Nano City wasn't getting as much love. So I really always wondered why, because I really love this bag so much and I thought that it needed the recognition that it deserves. I hope that you guys were able to see the similarities between these 2 bags and how interchangeable they are, and how the Nano City is just as good as the Speedy Nano. So for those who are sleeping on the Nano City, you guys are missing out on a lot. I can definitely tell you that. I got hit by the nano bag trend last year, and I can definitely say that I'm still not over it. Even now, when we're almost not really into the pandemic anymore, I still love the feeling when I carry either of these two bags. So I definitely think that even when the nano bag trend goes away, I will still love these two bags very much. They're both really great functional and chic bags to use for everyday or doing errands, and I just love them so much, and I don't think I'll ever get tired of either of these. So that's about it on this comparison video between the Louis Vuitton Speedy Nano and the Balenciaga Nano City bag. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you could hit that like button down below to help the YouTube algorithm, and if you want to connect with me in my socials, it's at TrishDLF. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would really appreciate it if you could, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!